Namaste, beloveds. Just clearing the space here as we get started with Truth Tuesday. So nobody here is here yet. Excuse me. Which is fine. This is going to be a very, very long read. Well, not very, but it's going to be pretty long. There's lots going on. How are you guys holding up? Maybe you're just getting home. If so, grab your coffee. Hey, Vicky. Hey, sister. Happy birthday. I think my mom said today your birthday is coming up. Anyway, good to see you here. Love you. Yeah, grab your tea, your coffee, do your laundry, whatever it is you do when you get home, or listen to this later, because there's lots to share. There's lots to share tonight. I really don't even need the cards. I've grabbed out a couple of decks, a new deck specifically that we'll get to, but tonight's going to be different. Tonight is going to be different because I love you too, Vicky. I'm going to read a letter. I'm going to read a really long letter, and please stick around at least for the beginning, because it's a bad letter. It's a bad letter, you guys, that I discovered a year ago, and I'll talk about that more. But first, if people come on, yeah, there's lots going on. So how are you guys holding up? If you feel like you're going crazy right now, you're not. You're not going crazy. The energy is crazy, super magical. Last week we were talking about paying attention to synchronicities. Hopefully you guys have done your homework and had some practice with that. I also mentioned how I had been predicting special dates, and while I didn't do a video on it, I did get the message that between June 10th and 13th, magical stuff was going to happen. And for me, it certainly did, and for the world it did. So UFO sightings, you guys. I'm going to share a video from Ralph Smart. I have a lot of information tonight, so I have a list. But please listen to it, because last weekend there were aliens in Vegas, and I was in Vegas when that happened, and it was mind-blowing. That's all I'm going to say. But there was just so many reports about it, and in the spiritual community, it's pretty exciting. It's exciting and different, and maybe even a little bit scary. So a lot of us are spiritually advancing. If you're not familiar with ascension sickness symptoms, then please check out my previous videos. If you're having headaches, ringing in the ear, getting really hot, sleeping a lot, not sleeping, weird accidents, dreams, visions, like there's a very long list, and it's different for everybody. But the veil is thinning, and so a lot of people are advancing, and it's so important, one, that we are grateful for our spirituality. So let's start with that, you guys. Last week we had the full moon in Sagittarius, and hopefully you were able to write down your gratitude list. Add spirituality to it, because it is a gift to be able to evolve spiritually, especially when there's so much that holds us down, and we all know about that because we're all experiencing it. So I'm going to give a lot of spiritual tools tonight. I'm going to try to stay on track. Namaste, Isabel. Good to see you, Cuzzy. My beautiful cousin. I'm going to try to stay on track, but please try to stick with me, because there's a lot and it goes really deep. So before I read the letter, one of the things that video from the aliens in Vegas last weekend, Ralph Smart says, to really pick a side, guys. We've said that before, like, get your house in order. We have to stay free, and many of the light workers have broken through to our freedom, myself included. Thank God. And it's a very rough ride if you choose to break through. It's better on the other side. I'm getting there. But the first point I'm trying to make is that I'm closing my business of 12 years. So Source Studio, I just haven't been able to work on the business side. They raised the rent. I got pregnant. COVID happened. Court happened. And I haven't paid myself in 4 years. And now that savings is gone. And so anyway, I didn't want to explain all of that. I'm looking for a buyer. Hopefully we can keep the doors open, but my life is changing in a big way. So I'll still teach classes, work on my superfoods, homeschool my daughter, put stuff online, and really start my mission, which is to help children. So I'll be making my nonprofit organization. So, you know, change is here, and we are on board. So, okay, so you guys, you know what? I think I'm going to go into the letter now. So, let me just provide a little bit of background information. Last year when when the family law court system took my daughter from me for 39 days, I went down the rabbit hole. I've been going down that many rabbit holes for years. I'm sure you guys are too. In any way, I found out about like what's being put in our food and things like that. And so this letter that I'm going to share, I'm not the first one who's read it, but I don't think a lot of people on Facebook have heard it. I saw it on TikTok twice, and both times the women are crying, and it's really bad, you guys. I don't think I'm going to cry, even though, again, I've said it's very sad because all of us are really going through this right now. I'm just tired of crying. I've been crying a lot. good tears and lots of releasing. So I don't think I'm going to cry. But the reason I'm reading it now, so when I discovered this information a year ago, I did a lot of videos on how whenever there's one of the laws of the universe, if there's something negative coming, then it's met with the equal amount of positivity. So our souls are not lost. And we always have a chance, because that's a law of the universe's balance. There will always be, if there's this much bad, this much good coming out of it. When CERN, if you know anything about the Hydrogen Collider, that they opened a portal with, I forget if it was last summer or the summer before, I think it was just last summer, a lot of darkness came over this planet. And since then, legions of angels, you guys, if you only knew how much light, you know, the law of the universe came back with that. So please also check out my previous videos in addition to the ascension sickness. But I forget I think it was like a law of the universe video where I talked about how when the air is bad, the food's bad, the water's bad, the soil, there's still hope. It wouldn't be fair. Life wouldn't be fair if we didn't know how to heal ourselves and have that opportunity. So I'm going to get to the letter here, you guys, but you've heard before, we're souls, we're spirits living in a human body. That means that our bodies are not like robots. We're not drones. We're not slaves. We will never be fully happy if we're not connected to the spirit, our spirit as well. I'm going to try not to go too much off on a tangent here, but that basically means if we don't have our freedoms, if our spirits are not evolving, we're never going to be happy. We're not just drones in a body. We need to connect with our spirit and be free. So I'm going to get into the 5D in a little bit, but let me get into this letter. So last week, our homework was to pay attention to synchronicities. Now, excuse me. So I saw this letter read a year ago, and then it popped up. I just saw it read again recently. And then I took my daughter to Disneyland, and I looked around and shout out to the light workers, because when our eyes are open, it's really hard to close them. And sometimes it's also really hard what we see. So I'm at Disneyland with my daughter last week, or the week prior, and I see what the letter describes. I see a lot of sick people, a lot of confused people, a lot of frustrated people. We all see that. And then later, I'm in the grocery store with Zarah, and she wants me to buy her a candy, and I'm explaining how she can't eat it because it's mostly plastic and poison. And she started asking some really good questions. And so those two situations inspired me to read this letter with you. And I don't think a lot of people have heard it. So this letter, it's called The Secret Covenant. And there's some controversy around it that it was, I think they said it was written by a Rockefeller. And then someone said, no, someone else wrote it. It really doesn't matter who wrote this document. What matters is that it's what's going on. There's no disputing that. So if you Google The Secret Covenant and look into it, you might find that the Rockefellers wrote it. No, someone else wrote it. None of that matters, all right? So just listen with an open mind. And is there anything else? And shout out to the light workers, because those of us who are awakening and who it's our mission to help humanity. On the video, Ralph Smart says, and I'm saying, like, we're exhausted. We're exhausted and we're moving on. We've said what, you know, we've tried to help people be healthy and see what's going on and exit the matrix, basically, which I'm doing. And if I could do it with everything that was against me, anybody can. Shout out to them, because the light workers are under constant spiritual attack from all directions. And it's a full-time job to keep our vibes uplifted, which is what we have to do, because I'll just get into it now, because fear, hate, sadness, staying stuck in those low vibes keeps us from being creators, and then we're not connected to our creator. So anyway, let me read this. I'm sure I'm going to stop and make comments, and there's just so much more to be said about it, but here we go. So this is a bad letter. Look how stupid it is. I even had to use so much ink to print this dumb thing. And it's long. So here we go, my darlings. Calling on the divine always. Thank you so much for our spirituality. Thank you. Thank you. We're, when we rise, when we go deep and we rise up, beautiful, beautiful things happen. So we keep our vibes high. And I'm going to get into more of that in a bit. But let me read this. All right. Thank you, everybody, for sticking around here. Namaste, Deanna. Okay. The Secret Covenant. And again, this was supposedly written by a Rockefeller, and it's about a plan for humanity. So it starts with, an illusion it will be, so large, so vast, it will escape their perception. Now, I already have to chime in. Pay attention when you hear that word illusion. I've connected with the, I'm just going to say it like I can never say that word when I try on these live feeds. Demonic entity. And its name is deception. This illusion and deception, very similar. So an illusion is also Maya. Maya is a yogic word, an ancient word about the veil. Now the veil is lifted, so the Maya is removed. And when we remove our Maya, then we're living with basically superpowers. So we're like, it's crazy, you guys. So, okay, I'm gonna start over. An illusion it will be, so large, so vast, it will escape their perception. Those who will see it will be thought of as insane. We will create, let me close this door. Haven't we all felt a little bit insane? We will create separate fronts to prevent them from seeing the connection between us. So they're talking about like secret society type stuff. We will behave as if we are not connected to keep the illusion, the deception, alive. Our goal will be accomplished if one drop at a time, so as to never bring suspicion upon ourselves. This will also prevent them from seeing the changes as they occur. Kind of like frogs boiling in a pot, you know, that gross experiment where they don't feel that they're being cooked. We will always stand above the relative field of their experience, for we know the secrets of absolute. We will work together always and will remain bound by blood and secrecy. Death will come to he who speaks. A lot of people trying to speak out against this have died. Lots of people. We will keep their lifespan short. They're talking about us as humanity, and their minds weak while pretending to do the opposite. We will use our knowledge of science and technology in subtle ways so they will never see what is happening. We will use soft metals, aging accelerators, and sedatives in food and water, also in the air. They will be blanketed by poisons everywhere they turn. Sound familiar? The soft metals will cause them to lose their minds. Hello, dementia. I've lost my grandma to that. My grandma Pat. And so this has been going on for lifetimes, you guys, but we're waking up, and when we know about it, we have no choice but to win and be free. So the gig is basically up. We will promise to find a cure from our many fronts, yet we will feed them more poison. I'm sure anyone who's gone through cancer can resonate with that. The poisons will be absorbed through their skin and mouths. They will destroy their minds and reproductive system. Wasn't it so much easier for women to get pregnant back in the day than it is now? Like at my yoga studio, there's a lot of women struggling with conception. From all this, their children will be born dead. Okay, I might cry. And we will conceal this information. The poisons will be hidden in everything that surrounds them, in what they drink, eat, breathe, and wear. We must be ingenious in dispensing the poisons, for they can see far. We will teach them that poisons are good. Hello, fluoride. With fun images and musical tones, and that's what happened with Zarah in the grocery store. Obviously, we all know about stuff like that. They will see our products being used in film and will grow accustomed to them and will never know their true effect. When they give birth, we will inject poisons in the blood of their children and convince them it's for their help. We will start early on when their minds are young. I never read this out loud, so we will target their children with what children love most. Sweet things. This is disgusting. When their teeth decay, we will fill them with metal that will kill their mind and steal their future. I want you guys to think about what long-term effects of metal does in our mouths, into our brains, into our future. Hi, my stepmom just got on. If you're just starting, I'm reading a very bad letter. You'll get the gist, even if you don't hear the beginning. When their ability to learn has been affected, hello, ADHD and the spectrum and all of that new stuff, we will create medicine that will make them sicker and cause other diseases, for yet we will create more medicine. Hello, Big Pharma. When we render them docile, we will render them docile and weak before us by our power. They will grow depressed. You're not going crazy. You're being attacked. You need to. I got this, you guys. I'm going to tell you about her. Put on the armor of God. Read the Bible. Study what that is. Okay. We will focus their attention toward money and material goods so they may never connect with their inner selves. We will distract them with fornication, external pleasures, and games so they may never be one with the oneness of it all. We all know what that stuff means. Their minds will belong to us, and they will do as they say. I'm going to share some TikTok videos that explains how they're trying to control our emotions, which they can figure out by what we do on our phones and what we say on our phones, and then they can careful the difference between synchronicities from spirit and just algorithms on the computer. So say you're sad and somehow the marketing AI says, oh, she broke up with her girlfriend, let's put a 6-pack commercial of beer and people having fun. Bam, she goes and gets a 6-pack. So they're trying to control people. They are controlling people through their emotions. Anyway, that's a TikTok I saw last night. Their minds will belong to us and they will do as we say. It's all about money and war. They could create war this way, and I'm sure they have. If they refuse, we shall find ways to implement mind-altering technology into their lives. MK Ultra, Project Blue Beam. There's lots. This is all out in the open. We will use fear as our weapon. This channel for a long time, we've risen above the fear. Even I have it in my notes. I'm gonna read this to you guys. So if you watch my channel, as we were going through Mercury retrograde, we practiced that we don't look back. No matter what comes up, we're going forward. So anyway, the note is, when we learn past Mercury retrograde, no matter what comes up, we do not give up. We do not back down on what we want. We have to keep going after it. So apply that where you'd like. All right. I got distracted. We will establish their government and establish opposites within. We will own both sides. We will always hide our objective, but carry out our plans. And their plans never stop. Evil never sleeps. It's coming at all times. So, armor of God at all times. This is going to be really cute. Wait till, well, that's basically it. It's a little thing for armor of God. Okay, I'm getting so distracted. We will always hide our objective, but carry out our plans. They will perform the labor for us, and we shall prosper from their toil. Our families will never mix with theirs. They're talking Ellen DeGeneres, like all of the people that are of this bloodline. Our families will never mix with theirs. Our blood must always be pure, for it is the way. We will make them kill each other when it suits us. Okay, I'm going to pause this because one of the rules of spiritual law of the universe is they have to tell us what they're doing through commercials or whatever, because we have free will. So if they say, I don't know, I don't want to get off on a different example, but I do want to pause and talk about this. Our families will never mix with theirs. Our blood must be pure always, for it is the way. We will make them kill each other even when it suits us. So the thing about extraterrestrials and light beings and even these bad guys, all of those light beings, angels, people from other galaxies, whatever, they're more advanced than us because they do not kill each other. I've said this before on a video, a couple videos back, that basically God didn't even kill the devil. All of the fallen angels, light beings aren't killers. They know not to kill their own. So God didn't even kill the devil. He kicked him out. So part of this plot is, to, of course, very obviously, to keep people fighting and killing each other because that makes us not advanced. No matter what. And it's shown on the movies, normalized all the time. That is not right. So anyway, I just wanted to remind you guys not to fight with people. That's all part of this. And obviously, I mean, everyone, if you found this channel, you're on the high vibrations. You're already in. Keep going forward. Remember, we never give up, no matter what happens. I'm going to get off track again and read this quote. I have it on my computer. So from that video of Ralph Smart, you got to watch it. He says, this is how we are when we're in the 5D, and this is where we need to really be amidst all of this. The whole universe works in my favor. Regardless of what happens, in the end, everything will shift in my favor. So that's what we practice during Mercury retrograde. Whatever comes up, and a lot of stuff came up, we keep going forward, and we know in the end we're safe. And he says right here, and the reason why is because when you are someone who has been putting in the work and helping people, sharing with people, the universal always rewards you. And then he goes on. So listen to the video, and it's really good, you guys. And by the way, An alien did not get me. This is an app, so my face looks different, but it's just the app. So just gotta throw that out there so you guys don't think I got abducted. We will make them kill each other when it suits us. We will keep them separated from oneness by dogma and religion. We will control all aspects of their lives and tell them what to think and how. We will guide them kindly and gently, letting them think they are guiding themselves. We will foment animosity between them through our factions. When a light shall shine among them, we shall extinguish it by ridicule or death, or whichever suits us best. We will make them rip each other's hearts apart and kill their own children. We will accomplish this by using hate as our ally, anger as our friend. Remember, hate can only destroy. We can't hate. We just got to keep focusing on our love and our communities. We will accomplish this by, the hate will blind them totally, and never shall they see that from their conflicts. We emerge as their rulers. They will be busy killing each other. They will bathe in their own blood and kill their neighbors for as long as we see fit. We will benefit greatly from this, for they will not see us, for they cannot see us. We will continue to prosper from their wars and deaths. I know this, but I gotta read it all, because I don't know, I really don't know what else it says. We shall repeat this over and over until our ultimate goal is accomplished. We will continue to make them live in fear and anger through images and sounds. Okay, mindful of what you see on the TV. At least, we're going to see it. There's no avoiding it. But when you put on your armor of God, you are protected. See, even the bell knows it. We will use all the tools we have to accomplish this. So as spiritual people, we are going to use all the spiritual tools we have, which is more than what they have. The tools will be provided by their labor. We will make them hate themselves and their neighbors. We will always hide the truth for them. I feel like I already read this. We will always hide the divine truth from them, that we are all one. They must never know. Oh, okay. They must never know that color is an illusion/deception. They must always think they are not equal. Drop by drop by drop, we will advance our goal. We will take over their land, resources, and wealth to exercise total control over them. We will deceive them into accepting laws that will steal the little freedom they will have. We will establish a money system that will imprison them forever, keeping them and their children in debt. So this is no way to live, but we're going to get into the actual way to live. Just keep your mind on the 5D. It's here. It's a real thing. Heaven on earth, you guys. I'm going to get into that too. When they shall band together, we shall accuse them of crimes and present a different story to the world, for we shall own all the media. We will use our media to control the flow of information and their sentiment in our favor. When they shall rise up against us, we will crush them like insects, for they are less than that. They will be helpless to do anything, for they will have no weapons. We will recruit some of their own to carry out our plans. We will promise them eternal life, but eternal life they will never have, for they are not us. The recruits shall be called initiates and will be indoctrinated to believe false rites of passage to the higher realms. Ooh, that's creepy. Members of these groups will think they are one of us, never knowing the truth. They must never learn this truth, for they will turn against us. For their work, they will be rewarded with earthly things and great titles, but never will they become immortal and join us. Creepy. Never will they receive the light and travel the stars. They will never reach the higher realms, for the killing of their own kind will prevent passage to the realm of enlightenment. And there's that law of the universe again. This they will never know. The truth will be hidden in their face, so close they will not be able to focus on it until it's too late. Oh, yes, so grand the illusion, deception of freedom will be, that they will never know that they are our slaves. We're getting there, you guys. When all of this is in place, the reality we will have created for them will own them. This reality will be their prison. So it's all already happening. But that's like the 3D lower vibes it's like we're in a prison. We're not going to leave earth, but when we raise our vibes, we elevate. The more we shed the karma, shed it all, and do our spiritual work, we get to the 5D, where we're all on the same planet, but life is very different from certain people to certain people. It's kind of hard to explain. When all of this is in place, the reality we have created for them will own them. Okay, I read that. When our goal is accomplished, a new era of domination will begin. Okay, we're not there yet, but I think maybe we are there. Their minds will be bound by their beliefs, the beliefs we have established from time immemorial. But if they ever find out they are our equal, we shall perish then. This they must never know. If they ever find out that together they can vanquish us, they will take action. They must never ever find out what we have done. For if they do, we shall have no place to run. For it will be easy to see who we are once the veil has fallen, the Maya, and it is. Our actions will have revealed who we are, and they will hunt us down, and no person shall give us shelter. This is the secret covenant by which we shall live the rest of our present and future lives, for this reality will transcend many generations and lifespans. This covenant is sealed by blood, our blood. We are the ones from heaven to earth came. Remember last week we were talking about heaven to earth? So this is the fallen angels. I just said God didn't kill them. CERN released a bunch more of them. We are the ones from heaven to earth came. And all I got to say about that, you guys, I'll get into it right now because I've been studying the Bible because I do believe we are in end times. And so yeah, God's will is done. I said it in my last read, on heaven as it is in earth. And with this whole earth 3D matrix, butterfly effects, all of it, like it feels like we're in the upside down world. What I saw in a meditation recently is that heaven really is not as far as we think it is, you guys. So the Bible says we're in a firmament, like a dome. I'm not going to get into NASA, not a space agency, or how the full moon landing was in Hollywood. But anyway, there's a dome that, what's his name? Elon Musk can't break through. And anyway, what I saw is heaven's like right above us, you guys. Like as this world is flipping and we're bringing, we're developing this new earth, which I think that heaven's coming to earth. I've been saying that way before, like my third eye freaking blew open. But to not get too off track, though, like as the upside world is being turned upright and all around, heaven's not that far above us, and our angels, all of these light beings, that they're many, we can call on them and they can come down quickly, you guys. They're not that far away. So I just invite you to feel into that. If any part of it feels true to you, if it makes you feel any more safe, look up and pray, because they're right there. And I forget what else I was going to say about that. We the ones from heaven to earth came. And also, okay, that's where I was. God's will be done on heaven and on earth. Nothing's happening here that's not God's will. So that's good to know. This covenant must never ever be known to exist. It must never ever be written or spoken of, for if it is, the consciousness it will spawn will release the fury of the prime creator upon us, and we shall be cast to the depths from whence we came and remain there until the end of time of infinity itself. That's the end. Okay, and that's the other thing I was going to say. I remember now. So with heaven, especially if you are called to, like me, to help bring the new earth, to help raise the vibrations and change these things, what if the rapture, and I was raised Christian. I'm just starting to read the Bible again because I do believe it's end times. But what if the rapture isn't all of us leaving like to the clouds to join Jesus like we've been taught? What if it's us awakening? And while we're on earth, like I was saying, how I look outside my window and what I see is going to be completely, it already is completely different. This is just an example of what my neighbor looks out on outside and sees. So what the 5D is, I've said so simple the way I understand it. I've explained it many times. It's not living like a slave. It's not this. And not to be afraid of it, you guys, because we have to keep our humor and keep our high vibes. But what it is living in community. So you got to find your tribe. I'll get into that in a bit. And working on what you want, when you want. And then the rest of the time is spent volunteering with family, traveling, working the land, obviously. So that's what the 5D is. And in the 5D, our eyes are awakening and we're seeing things differently. And when the veil's removed, what if we could see the whole solar system when we looked outside? What if we looked outside and it's like, oh, there's Jupiter and there's Mars, and you could see the planets if everything was closer, like how I felt heaven getting closer. I might be seeing that one day, different than if somebody is poisoned and they're not cleansed, and so their eyes blocked, the fear, everything. They could see a completely different world than me. So what if the rapture isn't people going into the clouds to meet Jesus? What if the rapture is heaven coming to earth? And some of us are getting there. We're like getting into, and it doesn't matter where you live, but we're getting into choosing love over fear, into realizing that this system that has been set up isn't for us, obviously, and they're doing something about it. So what we have to do is find our tribe, find your tribe. How you do that is your soul tribe, you guys. So that could be hi, Mary. Good to see you. We're going to get into some cards here, so we'll get some help. But our soul tribe is people. It doesn't mean that they have to have the same opinion as you, or they're into the same things as you, but they're people that you just really get. Like people that you kind of, like your souls are kind of similar. So family members, yes, are in our soul tribes. Good family members, and the more you awaken, the more like your actual family members or mine are anyway, are seeing and like coming with me on this journey. But yeah, your soul tribe is somebody that you could pretty much be all day with and they wouldn't bother you. They're like you're kind of the same type of people. And in order to find those people, you guys, you got to let people get to know you. You got to talk to people. You got to be patient with people and, allow them to make mistakes and to really see who they are. And when you really have that connection with someone, well, bam, there's one of your soul tribe members. And then you guys got to get good at something. So for me, I'm good at teaching yoga and healing. Everybody's good at something. Someone can be really good financially. I'm very blessed to have that's huge. Anyway, having somebody that's conscious with their finances, and having one person who's good at growing food, one person who's good at making something. So anyway, we gotta find the people that we really connect with. And when you put that out there, remember last week we were asking for helpful people to come. When you pray for that, they will come. And never be afraid. Never be afraid, because once we awaken, it all starts happening organically. And all right, so that was heavy. Thank you everybody who read that with me. I have another quote, and because we got to stay in gratitude, and the quote says, gratitude is the attitude to reach the high altitude. Never give up, boys. That's what my stepmom always says. Always have courage and be kind. Thank you. All right, let's call on the divine. It's different tonight. I didn't want to start with like breath and meditation because I would just get all flustered after reading that. So please meditate, you guys. I spend at least a half hour today an hour in meditation. And so thank you. We call on the divine. And yeah, all right. This is the Angel Tarot. And I feel like I need to confess, I got it from Bozo. You know, it was $20 on Amazon, $50 on the website, but let me take some breaths here. And yeah, and if I can leave the matrix, you guys, anyone can. So it takes work. Listen to that Ralph Smart video, but it's possible. So these are 72 angels. I forget what hierarchy where they say they come from. I read the whole book and I forgot it. But yeah, I thought I would share what like lineage they're from. Anyway, we're gonna do just a 3-card spread for the sake of time. And we'll, after all of what was just said, remember there's always the equal and opposite amount of anyway, I already explained it. I'm not going to explain it again. Let me get into the reading. Sorry, I'm so tongue-tied right now. Okay, so thank you to God, Source, to all of the divine light beings that are here on this planet. Yeah, no, you know what? I'm going to do 5 cards because 3 cards is past, present, future. Let me do a 5-card spread in regards to that letter, wherever it is. The first card is for the situation or concern. The second is your part in it, or like, yeah, we'll just say the second is you. The third is the, oh yeah, okay, I remember it. The first card is the current situation. The second card is internal forces. The third will be external forces. The fourth will be advice, and the fifth will be the outcome. Hi, Adele. Thank you for your message today, hon. That meant a lot to me. So second card for internal forces. Internal effects, what's affecting the situation, like you. And then the second is going to be external effects, or outside influences. That's the word I'm trying to think of. Influences is the third card. So are you guys feeling the intense energy? Did anything that I just said, like, resonate? Let me know so I don't feel so alone. Do you guys feel alone sometimes? I feel like, I don't know, maybe it's just because I'm going through a lot with Zarah and have been for a long time. By the way, if you guys want to donate to the GoFundMe, I'm paying $70 when I pick her up at the supervised visit location, $175 for her play therapy. It's just, so if you have anything extra, if you want to contribute, but yeah. The last card from the divine, thank you, Isabel, is the outcome. Thank you guys for spending time with me tonight. I usually teach class. I taught this afternoon, so the outcome in regards to this letter or to whatever is going on the planet, anything that's felt heavy. So just in the amount of time that this is taking for the card to come out, I think I've explained this before when doing a read and when connecting with energy, we got to be mindful of everything And so it's taking a long time, and that's telling me that this is a long road, you guys. All right, see, once I figured that out, the card finally came. Okay. Bottom of the deck, the Knight of Swords. It's the all-pervading God, number 59. So these cards are pretty trippy. And it says, intellectual richness protects fertility of women. See? Didn't that come up? And look who's with us. Archangel Hariel, the Knight of Swords. Spiritual war. And makes children, it says, respectful toward their parents. Okay, good to know. So I'm going to ring the bell. Hi, Rosemary. Good to see you. Miss you. Come to Ariel before we close. I don't know. We're going to have to do like a little gathering or something. So that's probably what I'm going to miss the most. I did start crying at the end of my class today. I'm going to miss saying Om with you guys. Okay, so the situation is the Nine of Cups. As we know, the Nine of Cups is wish fulfillment and completion, but it means like the answer, the outcome's already done. Number 10 means like we're physically out of whatever the situation was. So 9 is a really happy card. So the situation, it says, God, the kind giver, healing, preserves health, and cures disease. What a perfect, it's not even the outcome, it's the situation. Remember I said, so if there's this much badness coming at us, there's an equal amount of goodness. And here we have the Nine of Cups, Archangel Habuai. So a lot of these angels, it's 72 angels I've never even heard of. God, the kind giver. So God is kind. God wants us to be healthy and free. God doesn't want none of that for us. That's not the divine plan. And with it being the Nine of Cups, it means that we already won. Okay, we still might be in the trenches or whatever, coming out of the trenches, but the steps and everything that we need, the decision in the spiritual court, it's already done. So healing preserves health and cures disease. Don't worry about the junk that's been fed to us. We just need to do the work of eating healthy and cleansing and keeping our high vibes. And if you need help with that, call on this angel. All right, that's great. Oh, I feel so much lighter. Isn't that better than what we just read? Your role, or the outer influences, we have the Seven of Pentacles, Nemaya, the lovely God. And it says discernment, general prosperity, and the deliverance of prisoners. So this is so obvious and clear and beautiful. Your role in regards to the letter is discernment. So we pray for discernment so that we, we don't get caught up in every TikTok video, which I certainly do. But we don't, we're not going off on a tangent without really finding out what the truth is. And then it says general prosperity and the deliverance of prisoners. So they said in the letter straight up, they're going to be, the humanity is going to be slaves to whatever entity, darkness, secret societies those are. And here we have Archangel Nemaya that says deliverance of prisoners. I shared a story on my Facebook. In Zarah, my daughter, I was like, careful what you wish for, because here I was praying for years for a spiritual baby. And then the other day, my daughter asked me, what's the biggest trick of the bad guy? And I'm like, you're 4 years old. What are you watching? Go think about rainbows and butterflies. But she got me thinking about it. She's my little teacher. And so I told her, the biggest trick of the bad guys is tricking the good guys into believing that the bad guys have power when they really don't have any power. And so that's what this is. Seven of Pentacles, Nemaya, the deliverance of prisoners. You're free. We're free. Don't buy in. Don't sell out. Don't sell your soul. Live in your truth. And the angels are helping you. The angels are helping everybody. Nehemiah, delivering the prisoners. So, okay, so that's your role. Your role is to pray for discernment and remember you're free. Okay? Listen to my playlist, you guys. I'll post it. I still have to make it, but anyway, uplifting music that reminds you that you're free, where you dance and act free. That's very, very helpful. Okay, so the third card is the outer influences, and we've got the Three of Wands. It's Setail, the god of hope. Oh my God, this is crazy. So beautiful. Okay, I wasn't going to tell this story, but here it is. First of all, the outer influences, it says construction of the universe, help with great works, and protection from adversaries. You can think of the number 3 as like the Holy Trinity, the triple moon goddess. What I really want you guys to pay attention to is the blindfold. This is kind of like a justice card, right? Like justice is blind. So this is a little bit of a story here, but one of my students, she recommended Captain Phillips, the movie. It's Tom Hanks. It's about Tom Hanks is the captain, and we were talking about pirates, so that's how we got onto this. He's like taking his ship across Somalia, the big barge, and actual pirates who they got like real actors from those places to play. So that's why I watched it. I wanted to see what she said. But the pirates take over the ship and they kidnap Captain Phillips. And at the end, the last scene blew my mind, you guys, because what I saw when I was watching it, I kind of connect the synchronicities, like pay attention to the signs. I'm going to get into signs more in a bit. But the story of what I saw with how Captain Phillips was freed in regards to like the spiritual war that's happening was crazy. So I'm going to tell you the story. So Captain Phillips is in a little like escape boat with like 3 or 4 pirates, and the Navy and all the military is aware, and they've come out to get him. And they talk to the pirates, and they tell one of them, they convince the pirates, because the little ship ran out of gas or something. So they're like, we're going to tow you in and get you the money that you're trying to steal. So the pirates allow them to hook like a rope onto the little boat, and the big boat's pulling him. And it's pulling him in slowly. And as it's pulling him in, it starts getting faster, and the guys start getting knocked around, and the pirates are telling the boat like, slow down, and the boat's like, no, come closer, you'll get out of the break if you come closer. And so then the pirates start beating up Captain Phillips, and he's praying for his life. He's praying to God for his family, like he's getting the crap kicked out of him. And that's kind of what it can feel like when you're getting towards the end of a spiritual mission, or when you're going through like a rebirth. Like you kind of feel like you're like, it's not going to work out. Like everything's against him. They're about to kill Captain Phillips. They blindfold him and they put him like against the side of the boat. Has anybody seen this? It's on Netflix, so check it out. But anyway, so the Navy, imagine the Navy is the spirit guides, are the spirit guides. It's all of the, like they had a huge crew from on the boats to, talking on computers and other places. Like everybody's mission was to save Captain Phillips. That was their only goal. They weren't doing multitasking, like paying attention to nothing like that. Their one mission was to get back Captain Phillips. And that's what our spirit guides, our angels are like. Their one mission, that's their mission from God. If we're on the divine path, chosen person, which we all are called. The chosen part comes with action. So if you are on your divine path, I'm not saying you have to go and do things that I'm doing, but if you're living your path, your purpose, Then we all have guides, a lot of them, and their one job that God gave them is to make sure that you get home safe, that you have all that you need to complete your mission. Like, it's so beautiful and humbling. So just imagine that the military are all the spirit guides, and they're pulling in the boat slowly, and Captain Phillips, they're about to shoot him in the head. He's blindfolded. And when they get to close enough range to where the military has like the laser or whatever on the guys to shoot them, in one word, one person gives the command. He says, execution, and then bam, like that. All three of the pirates drop dead because they all got shot by the military. And then poor Captain Phillips, anyway, Tom Hanks, he's standing there going, what happened? Because he's blindfolded. And what a blessing that he was, because who wants to see three people, and one of them he kind of liked, get shot in front of his eyes? So if you feel like you're in the dark with stuff, you don't know what's going on, you don't know how you're going to get out, it feels like it's not going to work out, maybe be grateful that we don't see everything that's going on, because nobody wants to see an execution like that. When it's over, it's over. And so so this card was the outside influences. The outside influence, again, it says construction of the universe, help with great works. So that's the like mission. And then protection from adversities. And it's an angel of hope. So the outside influences are that they're hope, justice, with like the blindfold. And if you're feeling like you're in the dark, you don't know what's going on, there's a reason for that. So that's okay. And sometimes it gets worse before it gets better. Captain Phillips got pretty beat up, but they did their job. They got him home. So hi, Herb. Good to see you again. What a nice treat, honey. The fourth card was the advice pile. And we've got the Page of Cups, Angel Azazel, God who rejoices. And it says, so this is for the advice, divine comfort gives consolation and protection from one's enemies. All right, so the advice is to stay joyful. Know that we're protected. What is that? A sword and a cup. Oh, the Page of Cups. Page of Cups is that a message is coming, and a small message, and it says divine comfort. So get cozy, allow yourself to rest. Remember, rest doesn't just mean sleeping. It means having days, flow days where there's no schedule, or being in nature, or just vegging out. That's really important when we're experiencing a lot of downloads and breakthroughs and things like that. And then also the advice is protection from one's enemies. So use the Bible verses when praying. We talked about that last week. I think it's in Isaiah. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. So then an example of what a prayer like that would look like is Heavenly Father, whatever you want to say, and then repeat the Bible verse. No weapon formed against me shall prosper, in Jesus' name. So you're using God's word back to God. I posted a video on that last week by Julia Green, if you'd like to check that out. So then the last card is the outcome. And we've got the Queen of Wands, Archangel Elmaya, the hidden God. Okay, and here is the picture of her. The outcome says divine power and guards against mental troubles. So that goes back to those lower vibrations of fear, worrying, thinking about the past, like things like that. The outcome is that we're protected against that. And that means that we can rise in high vibes. So very cool. Very good job, you guys. I think we'll do another card here. So we've been on for an hour. I just wanted to make it a little bit, continue to make it lighter. I got these new mermaid messages. So I said, you know what, we're going deep. Let's go deep with the mermaids. So gratitude at the bottom of the deck for you. There you go. And let's take a breath and pull a mermaid card. Oops, I just saw one of them. It's not faced the right way. So that's it, you guys. Yeah, we covered a lot. I have a little bit more to share, but we'll see how you guys are feeling. Okay, so we're just gonna say a message for this week. Pluto is going retro in Capricorn. I think the moon's getting new. Anyway, we have light and gratitude again. What a beautiful card, my loves. Stay in the light. Pay attention when you see little fairies, little like dots of light. I've been seeing a lot of those lately. I've been having a lot of new gifts that have come to me. It's crazy. So, okay, light. Says, shine your light for all to see. You are like a lighthouse, and your light can illuminate any dark areas of your life. This mermaid reminds you to shine your light wherever you go and not be shy. So remember, we find our tribe by talking, and I'm talking about people, or talking to people in the grocery store, saying, you know, you see a stranger, oh, your shirt looks cool. If you love their shirt, like, talk to people, you guys. That's what I do, and I make a lot of really, really cool friends. She reminds you to be aware that light is attractive to others and acts. I'm tired of reading, and acts rather like a magnet, drawing others to it like moths to a flame. Sometimes we feel as if our light is missing, but the truth is it's always there. Even when we stand in the shadow, the light is there to guide us. Perhaps your inner shadows are being revealed so they can be exposed to the divine light of your soul. It could be the right time to explore shadow work, and they put shadow work, a shamanic practice. When light is present, darkness can't exist. That isn't to say that darkness is bad, far from it. For in the darkness, gestation occurs, and in the womb-like sanctuary of darkness, ideas are formed and protected. Oh, that's pretty. It's important to remember that both light and dark are necessary for growth. A seed grows in darkness before it reaches for it and is nurtured by the light. Are you being called to shine your light for others, to show them the way physically, mentally, or spiritually? We need more light workers. We need more teachers right now. So if you have evolved spiritually, share your story, talk about it. There's a big need for teachers on this planet, because a lot of them, I guess, are leaving. I don't know. Weird. Are you being, okay, for when your light shines fully, you have the ability not only to illuminate your own path, but also the path of others. Hi, Liz. Thank you for coming on, love. If you feel your light is dimming, it's time for self-care. Nurture yourself with relaxation, meditation, and the healthy nutrition of fresh foods until you feel your energy and light restored. Shout out to the light workers. That's you. You got the light card. It's real, you guys. The no low vibes, those funny sayings that we say. So especially with light workers, our light is like so juicy. So when there's an illusion, a lower vibration, they really, that when you know the tricks, then you don't let it happen. This is why it's so important to keep our vibes high and to stay in the light, because when we're in fear, hate, pain, sadness, regret is a big one. Those are very, very low vibrations. And when especially a light worker gets down, like remember I said for a while now, light workers have to heal fast because the world needs our light. And when we get down, then our light is stolen. It's like sucked out by these like lower frequencies, and it just makes them big and happy and even worse. So when you know that that happens, then you stay in the light, and there's really no going back. Even when there's stressful things happening or a lot going on, like I have a lot going on right now and I don't feel scared. So yeah, when you realize why it's important to keep your light up, and then you are forced to keep your light bright, and you keep practicing, you keep doing it, we get to a space where it's pretty bright all the time. So, good for you. Good for you. Yeah. All right. I'm getting sleepy here. Been talking for over an hour, but speaking of the light, I talked last week about paying attention to signs, and I had a couple just fun ones show up. So I wanted to share this with you guys. This is an old school book. Someone got it for my daughter's birthday. It's called The Sky, and obviously it's about astronomy. So I was reading it to my baby, and there's just a couple pages that I want to show you guys. It talks about the sun. The sun is very important. Remember, we put our palms to it and collect it in our hand chakras. I lay out in my hammock and just let it get in my third eye, and I'm completely energized. So this is a short little couple things about the Christ light, the sun. I'm not even gonna get into it being blocked or like weird stuff, but this is an old school book, and I just wanted to share something cute about it. So here's your bedtime story. Sunshine makes the sky look blue, but sometimes the clouds hide the sun and the rain splashes down to earth. When the sun comes out after a storm, you may see a rainbow. The sunlight is shining through the raindrops and making beautiful colors of a rainbow. On cold days, snow may fall from the clouds, snowflakes made of little bits of ice. They cover the ground with like a fluffy white blanket. Up above the clouds, the sun is shining. It shines on cloudy days. It shines on clear days. It shines on rainy days, and it shines on snowy days. So no matter what the weather, you guys, is, so this is a sign that I saw. So you can find signs that are specific to you everywhere. That's what seeing signs are. When you see something that's important to you, that means something to you, then that's your guides talking to you. So cloudy weather, rainy weather, snowy weather, the sun is always there, no matter what the weather is. The sun is God. The sun is the Christ light. And then it says that here. Oh, there's a couple more examples, like, oh, the sun shining, the darkness comes, the night begins. And it says, but the same sun keeps on shining. The sun never really rises and never really sets. And oh, okay, then it goes into more stuff. So the sun is always shining, no matter what the weather is. Pay attention to signs like that, what I just got in my book, my daughter's book, just little bits of encouragement, little bits of reminders that the sun is always there. God is always there. We are promised with the rainbow to be protected from evil. We're taught in the Bible that we're protected from God flooding the earth. No, that we're protected from the evil on the earth. That's another story for another day. But the armor of God, so this is another little thing I found from my daughter. I think this is Wakanda forever. Anyway, the armor of God, and forgive me, I didn't print it out, so I only remember a couple. The shoes of peace, the sword of truth. I know it might be a different area, but it's like a breastplate of righteousness, helmet of, they call it salvation. I recognize it as enlightenment. And there's a little like armor of God statue, little thing that you can get on Facebook. That's how I thought of this. And they make the little figurine look like you, and then they type them all down there. So put on your armor of God. I do that just by laying down and breathing and saying, okay, I put on my shoes of peace, my shield, whatever. I mean, I go through like the whole thing. And also, hopefully you guys have remembered your chakra affirmations. So let's finish with that. Thank you so much. Let me know if you've heard of this before or if that was your first time hearing it. And please stay connected. Please send good vibes to Source as we are, how was I thinking of it? Is it the beginning or the end? Is it the end or the beginning? Like it's the cycle changing. Hopefully, someone can take over and keep the doors open, but I'm going on to other things. So close here with our I am affirmations. Let's sit up straight, have a few breaths in to the root, which is at the tailbone. I am is the root chakra affirmation. And you can complete that sentence. Things like I am safe, I am connected. The sacral chakra, the affirmation is I feel or I desire. And I do at the solar plexus. Breathing into love at the heart center, so it's safe to love. Let's just notice the breath, let it come into wherever there's tightness. Good job, you guys. Allowing the body full deep breaths. The throat affirmation is I speak. Truth, and it's I see at the brow. I understand at the crown. And once we've got to the top, we just breathe and imagine all light coming down, filling the body so bright. And when we exhale, that light goes through the pores. And it just moves out any dense energy, anything that's heavy. So, hi Jessica. Good to see you, beauty. Thank you guys so much. Let me do a recap. So, the current situation is the 9 of Cups. Wish fulfillment. God, the kind giver. Healing and preserving health and curing disease. That's where we are. Good for us. Your role is the lovely God, 7 of Pentacles, Namaya. And so your role is to practice discernment, prosperity, and to be free. And that's Archangel Namaya. Outside influences is 3 of Wands, Sitael, the God of hope. Always keep hope. And don't worry about what you can't see. Justice is here. And it says construction of the universe, helps with great works, and protection from adversities. That's the outside influences. The advice is the Page of Cups, Archangel Isaiah, God who rejoices. So the advice is to remain joyful, to be comforted from the divine. This angel gives consolation and protection from one's enemies. So you're protected and free. And the outcome is the Queen of Wands, the hidden God. The outcome is divine power. Remember, as above, so below. It's God's will on earth as it is in heaven. And guards against mental troubles. So if you're up in your head, then we just request from all of these archangels. And what I love most about these cards, you guys, is because every single one, even though they're angel cards, every single one is connected to God. And what that taught me, so we have God, the kindest giver, the lovely God, the God of hope, the God who rejoices, the hidden God. So when we pray to angels of God, I'm not saying it's the same as praying to God, but I'm saying that God is with the angels too. So it's not like we're all like, oh, Archangel Michael, all these angels. Like when we connect with the angels, we're connecting with God as well. So that's why I really like these cards. Anyway, they're Angel Tarot. And connect with your angels. Your advice for the week, or where you are now even, is light. Okay. Oh, we got to do I'm not going to do an earth angel because of time. It's already an hour and 15 minutes. But I'll do our affirmation. So affirmation for gratitude on the bottom of the deck. Again, thank you. First of all, to the spirit guides, to the divine, to all the light beings that are with us all the time, whose one mission, check out that movie, you guys, Captain Phillips. Their one thing that God told the angels to do, your guides, your angels, is to protect you, to make sure that you make it there and that you have everything you need to complete your mission. It's amazing. Like, it's so much bigger than we even see. So gratitude, thank you to the guides, thank you to you, to your spirit, and yeah, we'll stay in gratitude always. Check out Ralph Smart's video. He has some cool stuff to say about gratitude. I'll post the links pretty quickly. So our affirmation and focus for the week. Affirmation for clarity, bottom of the deck. All right, what do we got here? Affirmation for agility and awareness. Okay, so it's kind of like a marathon here. So here we go. I act with skill and grace. My effort is valuable. I move quickly toward my highest goals. I may fall 7 times, but I rise to get up 8 times. So remember what we said? We never give up. We never back down, no matter what happens in between. We keep fighting. We keep going for what we want. We keep living in our truth and in being free. So I am continuously improving. I am my only competition. Daily improvement is my highest concern. So that's your affirmations for agility. I'll go ahead and post a picture in a bit here. Hope you guys had fun. It's 7:47. Stay light, stay out of fear, and miracles are happening. So let's be open to them all. Om Shanti, Om Peace, and thank you to everybody. Downward facing dog, Shasta. Thank you to everybody who has been with me at Source Studio. You guys are always going to be with me. I'm always going to be connected to you because what we experienced was special, and we did a lot of good things together. Shasta, you just gonna lay there? He's not feeling good. My dog's been sick. So yeah, I wanted to get on earlier. My stepmom. But other than that, has been absolutely crazy. I had to like mentally prepare to share this. So the gig is up and we know what to do. And since we know what to do, we're gonna do it. And it's all good. It's all God. I love you so much. I hope to see you guys again soon. And thank you for listening. Be blessed, stay happy and free. Bye.